Day 3, training camp, pads on. Why am I talking like this? I don't know. Let's jump into this. What is up, Fin fans? Yes, it's day 3 of training camp. We got some press conferences. That seems to be the norm, right? This seems to be the norm of what's going on with training camp. You get a little press conferences, you get a little behind the scenes, maybe a little field news, field stuff, and then we get to comment of the day. To comment of the day, I got 2 packages from you guys. 2 different people sent me packages. That is going to be comment of the day. Before we jump into all the good stuff, all the juicy stuff, all the Miami Dolphins stuff, you might be asking yourself, this isn't the before, but yes, I am wearing a polo. I literally just got home from work. It's a little bit further of a drive. I live out of town of where I work now, but I thought today I'd wear my dolphin colored polo. Just why not, right? Supposedly, the news is, now I'm recording this, what time is it? 6 o'clock. As of right now, me recording this, Yannick Ngakoue has been, supposedly the Jaguars are in talks to trade him either today or tomorrow. One of the names that is listed is the Jets. I don't know who the other names are. So if it ends up being the Miami Dolphins, I'll keep you guys updated. I'll make a breaking news on that. But also new patrons. We got 2 new patrons. Chris Ortiz, $4 Patreon, and Roman Casillas with a $10 Patreon. Thank you so much for joining the Patreon. It does mean a lot to me. It helps me a lot with the studio and with a lot of different things. You get little perks. You get to be a part of the Discord. Yes, I have a special DouglieDoWrong Discord where we talk about Dolphin stuff. And I'm going to start doing, like while I'm editing, I might just join the Discord audio and just chat with you guys. I might set those up. So if you are a Patreon and you're part of my DouglieDoWrong patrons, I think I'm going to start doing things where while I'm editing, I'm just going to chat with you guys in the Discord, because we could do voice chatting, you could do video chatting, a lot of cool stuff with the Patreon. So go over, check it out. If you want to join, don't feel like you need to. And Vince Beagle has officially been put to IR, and Sam McGuavin has been added to the COVID list, with Xavier Howard still on there for about a week, which can tell you can put 2 and 2 together, because Eric Flowers was on there for about 2 weeks. It gives you an idea of what happened there. And Xavier Howard is still on there, and he's still on the pup. So we'll see how that goes. But let's jump into this. Let's talk about the press conferences. Obviously, we're always going to start with Brian Flores. He talks about Vince Beagle and the injuries. He says it was unfortunate. People get injured. It was a significant injury. It's a tough loss for us. Vince embodies a lot of things we are looking for: tough, smart. It's important to see him. It's important to him. He's competitive. We have to move on, and other guys need to step up. Yes, that is exactly what I love about Vince Beagle. He's super smart, super tough, and he played very well for the Dolphins last year, especially with not that much talent in front of him on that defensive line to help him succeed. But everything Flores says in here is 100% correct. Talks about why Preston Williams was absent yesterday in training camp. A lot of people were worried about the injuries, and here's the reason why he was absent. They're doing a load management. We'll be in on 11-11s today. Media might not see him on the field, but it doesn't mean he isn't working. So again, it's kind of, they're trying to bring him along. You don't want to overdo it and push, especially an Achilles ACL injury. You don't want to push it. You don't want to push too much on it. So it's kind of the on, off, on, off, on, off, on, off. Then he talks about Tua. He says, now this, we're going to address this. We're going to address this elephant in the room, because there's a lot going on and I just want to talk about it. So this is the perfect time, because he talks about Tua. He's coming off the hip. He's looked good thus far from that standpoint physically. Some good, some bad, a lot to improve on. Some good throws, some good decisions, some not so good ones, right? So Flores said today when it comes to Tua at training camp. Everyone, Josh Rosen is doing very good. He's doing better than people expected. 3 days in a row, had very good camps, right? Everyone wants to lose their mind over Tua. Everyone wants to lose. All the Rosen fans, which I'm a Miami Dolphin fan, right? If Rosen is the best quarterback, I want him to start and I want him to succeed. If Tua is the best quarterback, I want him to start. I want him to succeed. I am not a one or the other type of fan. There are, unfortunately, Tua fans and Rosen fans. And the Rosen fans are coming out of the woodwork, busting my balls. Some of you guys, I know you're joking around, just busting my balls, and I enjoy it, and it makes me laugh. Don't think I take anything seriously. But see, look at this. Look at this. Mind you, He's been in the NFL for 2 years. What they're doing with Tua is they're slowly bringing him along. They're slowly incorporating him. Also, they're asking Josh Rosen to do these things, and they're asking Tua to do these things. It's two different things. They're not asking Josh Rosen and Tua to do the same exact things. If you notice, Tua is doing a lot of handoffs, a lot of checkdowns, a lot of these things. Whereas Josh Rosen, they're letting him open it up a little more. So, and I say this all the time, and I did say this on Twitter, they're not telling us everything. Brian Flores, the media, everyone, they're not telling us everything, especially due to the fact that we only get about 30 to 40 days before the season starts to get everything situated. They're not telling us everything. So take everything you hear out of camp, enjoy it, hope for the best, but don't look too far into it. That's all I'm going to say. And let's jump to the next thing he talks about, because he's still talking about quarterbacks. He says, I think all three are very competitive. It's a new offense, new terminology, new cadence. They're picking it up so far and making good decisions so far. That's something we harp on. No mistakes, because you make mistakes, you mess up the cadences, you mess up all these things, the whole play can fall apart, and that's where you see a lot of the offensive line still blocking while the defensive line sacks the quarterback because everything's messed up. The one thing I will talk about with these quarterbacks, he talks about quarterbacks a couple more times. But the last thing I'm going to talk about with the quarterbacks, you're not hearing a lot of fits. You're not hearing a lot of Josh Rosen versus Fitz, Tua versus Fitz. You hear Rosen versus Tua, Rosen versus Tua. Tua's doing this and Rosen's doing this. You don't hear a lot about Fitz. It's because Fitz has been in this offense for 5 years, and he's just doing his thing, and he's slinging that ball around, and he's doing fantastic. So, again, I'm glad that the competition is going this way, because that means we have very good, capable quarterbacks on this team, and one of them is going to win us a lot of games. He talks about the check-down-friendly approach. He says we don't want to be a check-down team the entire season, but there's a lot of good in it to check down. Especially, I see where he's coming from with that. I hope they're not a check-down team, because I'll lose my gosh darn mind. I would like some quick touchdowns. But like he said, there is some good in it. You let your defense rest. You beat up on the other side's defense. You get them tired, and you just turn it all game. Also, with the guys we have in the backfield with Breida, and you have Jakeem Grant, and you have Malcolm Perry, you just dump that ball to them, get them in the open field. They're super, super dangerous. He talks about Vince Beagle again. He says Beagle is going to work extremely hard to get back stronger than ever. And Vince, I hope you're watching this, because you are on the channel, and I hope you're subscribed. If not, subscribe, my man. We're all rooting for you, bud. All of us Dolphin fans are rooting for you to come back bigger, better than ever. He actually talks about Matt Cole and Ricardo Lewis, and he talks about, he likes the wide receiver group. He says, I like the group. But then he says they understand the importance of blocking in the run game and getting open consistently. We need to keep working on this. If your wide receivers don't like blocking, and if your wide receivers don't block well, it's a big problem. And that's where a lot of your runs, especially pitches, fall apart. Talks about Ginkle. He says he's had a good offseason. He works really hard. His strength is up. The first and second year leap is an important one. He's kind of taken that seriously, made a lot of improvements. You see it in his game. I was a big Ginkle fan. I liked him when we drafted him. Sucked when he got hurt, and I hope he can, like he said, bounce back and do some really great things. This is the last thing that I'm going to talk about that Flores says. He says, when a guy goes down, there's a little bit of depth madness. That happens. Our staff has done a good job adapting and being flexible. That's what 2020 is all about. If you can't do that, you're going to struggle. And I've talked about this. You look at the linebacker core, the depth is just ridiculous. You have Roberts, you have Gruger Hill, you have all these guys they brought in that bring in tons of depth. And you have Kyle Van Noy, who could play multiple linebacking positions. Dolphins did it great this year. They're focusing on depth. Did we get superstars? Yeah, we got a few superstars. In my eyes, they're superstars. Maybe to other people, they don't think they're superstars. But yeah, we did that. But they added a lot of depth. And that's what you need to do. You need to build off that depth. Watch next year. They might make some bigger, sexier, splashier picks and signings because they have the depth. They have the foundation now. So I like what they did. Then they talked to Agba. Real quickly, he says he feels like if he can get his hands on an O-lineman, I've defeated them. I'm just ready to do my part and help this team win. And you've seen it. This guy is super disruptive when he's on the field. He just has to stay healthy. He says it was hard watching these guys get to the Super Bowl. Talk about the Kansas City Chiefs last year. It's definitely a dream come true to win a Super Bowl. That's what I'm trying to do in Miami. Yes. I love to hear that. I know that obviously everyone's talking about, hey, we're going to get a Super Bowl. I don't know why it turned into Sylvester Stallone. But the fact that he's talking about bringing one to Miami, I know for a fact we're all hoping and praying you bring that sucker to Miami. Then they talked to Noah Igbenogany. And just so you know, in my notes, when I write his name, Noah Igbenogany, I don't write Igbenogany. I write Noah Ig, because I could pronounce his name, but my dyslexic ass cannot spell it. And he says Byron Jones, Bobby McCain, Eric Rowe help him out the most. He says, it really doesn't expect anything. I'm just doing whatever the coaches tell me to do. I'm just here for the ride. Which, okay, be here for the ride, but be disruptive. Get some picks, please. He says, this new point system pushes the DBs to compete and practice to the best of their abilities. If you guys remember, I was talking about that they want to get the ball. They want ball hawks. They want interceptions. They want turnovers. And they have a point system for it. I would like to see, and Josh Houts tweeted this out as well, we would like to see where people are on the point system. Release that chart, Miami. Who's where on the point system? Who's getting a lot of these turnovers? He says going against all the big-time wide receivers in the SEC really helped learn the position quickly. He says same going against Parker Williams and Grant every day. Yes. A lot of people underestimate how good Noah Igbenogany was in Auburn. He was actually pretty good. And that's the reason the Miami Dolphins took him at 30th. And surprised the world. And then last thing he talks about, he says, I'm a fury guy. I'm a competitor at heart. I didn't like that. I don't like to lose. And what he's talking about, that he didn't like that and he doesn't like to lose, he's talking about Preston Williams beat him on a catch, really got a one on him, and he hit the ground because he doesn't like to lose. And I like that competitiveness. I like that fire. Don't let this guy get past you. Jam him at the line of scrimmage. Push him off his routes. Be disruptive. It helps the defensive line as well as the defensive line helping the cornerbacks. But that's essentially what they said today. They did talk to Isaiah Ford as well. Like I said, you guys, I don't know why I said like I said, but you can go check it out on their YouTube channel. I thought the most important things came out of Noah, Agba, and Brian Flores. But let's jump into what happened on the field. I know a lot of you guys will watch these videos. You enjoy the press conferences here in little tidbits, but you guys really want this part. You guys want to hear what happened on the field, right? They talked to, Tua today. He started. Again, he hasn't been asked to, open it up much. He did have a nice 20-yard pass to Kirk Merritt, and then he threw a nice slant to Laird. But like I said earlier in the video, they're not asking him to do much, and they're not asking him to do the same things Rosens are doing or Fitz, because Fitz probably knows the offense better than all two of them. But they're not asking him to open it up yet. They will, and you guys will know when I tell you. On the goal line tackling drill, Preston Williams and Kyle Van Noy making some good old popping on that goal line tackling drills. Preston Williams, he had few strong contested catches, a deep one from Fitz to the sideline. Preston Williams is showing that knee is pretty good. Just don't push it too much, buddy. Austin Jackson and Solomon Kinley are making strong pushes to start. And I'm going to talk about this again because I kind of, after hearing a lot of things, I'm going to update my projected started offensive line. But it's good to hear Austin Jackson and Kinley are doing some really good things. And he says that, and I'll pop up this picture. Offensive line staying after every day of practice. Flowers is taking the lead. He's kind of taking the initiative to be the leader of this offensive line. I don't know what Jesse Davis is doing, but I got some Jesse Davis stuff. And then Gesicki has an amazing catch on Fedulum. Fedulum was draped all over Gesicki, and he still made a nice 20-yard deep catch. And then Roberts comes in. London Roberts, I think that's, again, you guys tell me I say names wrong, but it is what it is at this point. He's taking over the role of Vince Beagle. So that might be, again, depth. A lot of people, we brought him in. He wasn't a really big starter with New England. Could be one for the Dolphins. Here's some bad, right? Talking a lot of good. Here's some bad. Nick Needham, he ain't doing too swift in camp from what I'm hearing. Nick Needham's kind of falling behind. He's behind Noah, and he's behind Jamal Perry when it comes to depth at that cornerback position. I'm hearing he needs to do a little bit better, which sucks because, I was a big proprietor of Needham. Dieter is, again, he's having very uneven snaps. Under center, it's not so bad, but when you get in shotgun, I'm hearing Dieter, they want to put him at center. They want some more depth at center, but he isn't doing good. Let's get back to the positives. They had to throw a little, you got to keep it even keel. A little negative. Now back to the positives. Shaq Lawson would have had a would-be sack and he's being super disruptive all camp, especially on that left side, going to the outside, which is helping Austin Jackson have to go up against that consistently. So I'm very, very happy to hear that. Jesse Davis, he's having a solid camp. Nothing splashy, nothing big. Again, nothing splashy, nothing big. Again, with the offensive line, if you don't hear the names, that's a good thing. You don't want to hear their names. And we haven't heard Jesse Davis, but he's doing good. He's got probably the highest win on the offensive line, meaning, they don't get beat. He's up there. So then Hunt, here's another bad. I told you I was done with the bads, but here's another bad. I'm hearing Robert Hunt needs to catch up a little bit, especially with the speed of the game. So here's my new projected offensive line. Just from what I'm hearing for the first 3 days of camp, I'm thinking now it's going to be Austin Jackson, left tackle, Eric Flowers, left guard, Ted Karras, center, Solomon Kinley, right guard, and Jesse Davis at right tackle. That's what I think is going to happen. I think as of right now, that's probably what's projected. But again, Hunt can bounce back and do well. There's a lot of camp left to happen. And the last thing I'm going to talk about is Kyle Van Noy is playing everywhere. Absolutely everywhere in camp, and he could be another good replacement for Vince Beagle. Also, like I said, Ngaku is still out there, so we'll see how that all pans out. So that's pretty much what happened today at camp. So be sure to comment below. Let me know what you guys think. I want to know what you guys think about what Flores had to say, what Noah had to say, what Agba had to say, what happened on the field, some of the positives, some of the negatives. I'm very interested in what you guys have to think about this whole Rose and Tua situation. Do you feel the same way I do, that, maybe they're not asking Tua to do the same things as Rose and they're bringing Tua along a little bit slower? Can't really compare it. Again, I'm one to think, wait till everything's said and done. It's too soon to look into that stuff. Be sure to comment below, and I'm going to get to comment of the day. Now, like I said, comment of the day is... you guys sent me some stuff, so I'm going to save this one for last because it's a big old package, and it has all this writing on it. And I'm going to open this letter. Now, if you can see behind me, the wall is slowly coming along. So next video, you should have, it should be done because I think I'm going to do it tonight. So this one is from Brian, and he says, "Hey, Doug, was just watching your live stream and heard you talk about a Tua rookie card. Well, here is 2 of them for you, okay? Love the channel. Keep it up." No way. I hope Reason's watching this. That's hilarious. I don't want to rip the... just so you know, if you guys send me stuff and you send a note, I keep the notes. I always keep the notes. So I'm trying to take the tape off of this without ripping the note, because I keep your notes in an envelope. Always keep your notes. You sent me 2 rookie cards? Reason's probably pissed. Well, he probably has the rookie cards. I think he's looking for the signed ones. That's awesome, dude. Thank you so much for that, Brian. I really do appreciate that. I'm going to put this in something. I'm going to put it behind me. Now we have this one, and it's from Sean. And let's see what he sent me. Oh, it is taped up. Taped up. I need some scissors. I don't think you put enough tape on this. I don't think you put enough tape on this, Sean. Bear with me. Oh, there's a note. I think there's a note in here. Yes, there is a note in here. Okay. It says, "That's right. BITCH. I am not one. Read the card first. LOL." Okay. "Hey, Doug, appreciate all you do. I can't believe I'm giving this to you. I think I have one like it in my storage, but doesn't have the autographs. Enjoy." What did you say? What is in here? What did you send me? "Display with pride. Things finally may be working out for the Finns. We need coaching and a great front office, not a QB or others. Let's leave the line out of this one for now. Hopefully no more Fingera to keep Finns up." I don't know what you said there. FINAGRA. Good luck with all. Smiley face. From Sean. What did you send me? You said not with the autographs? So what he gave me is a signed pendant from the 84 Super Bowl with Bob Pendeski, I think that's how you say his name, Bundeski, 59, Roby, the punter, number 4, and number 40, but I can't make out the name. Are you kidding me, Sean? I have to like put this in something so it doesn't get damaged. I'm going to hang this up on the wall. I'm going to put it right here on top of the stuff I have to put away. Thank you, Sean. Holy crap. Thank you so much for that. And thank you so much for the card, Brian. I really do appreciate that. Guys, again, if you ever feel like you want to send me something, don't feel like you need to. The P.O. box or my mailing address is linked below. That's where you can get me this stuff. So it's linked below. But thank you so much. And thank you to guys who send me stuff. I have all of this stuff over here that I have to put back up on the wall with my flag and everything. It's a lot of stuff is that you sent me. So I greatly do appreciate it. But that's the video. Be sure to follow me on Twitter. You know, if the Ngakoue trade happens, and if it's not to the Dolphins, I probably won't make a video. But if it is to the Dolphins, I obviously will make a video. But if it breaks, I will probably be talking about it there. So be sure to follow me on Twitter. Check out fan2fannetwork.com and the Twitch channel. A ton of content comes out there. My content, I am the Dolphins ambassador. I represent the Miami Dolphins on fan2fannetwork.com. So be sure to check that out. Check out dolphinstalk.com. Very great site. Ton of Dolphin content on there. So be sure to check it out. But other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video. I think camp's tomorrow. So you get another one of these. If not, I have a ton of videos planned besides camp videos. So be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. But other than that, I'll see you in the next one. But like usual, stay classy. Thank you guys for the package, being patrons, doing all this great thing to help this channel, hitting that subscribe button. We're very close to 4,000, so thank you all for that. And fins up.